All right, great day of work. I thought the guys were really competitive out there today. I'm going to open it up to you guys.
What's been kind of the difference with the run game against Oregon State? What were some things maybe that clicked there? Because it seemed like a step was taken.
Yeah, I mean, combination of scheme and where we were, trying to direct some of those runs, and then just, cohesion. And the more you play in the season, the better you'll get.
Talk about how valuable Jaden's also been on special teams in particular, obviously on the kickoff return. But what makes him good on kickoff coverage?
He does his job, right? He consistently does his job, shows up to work every single week, and it shows up in practice. It shows up in the game.
What do you feel like you've seen Devin Jackson improve the most so far this year? Just
continue to know where he's at, the communication on the field. I think he's really stepped up for him. He was a quiet guy when he first got here, and he's talking on the field, which makes us better as a defense.
You talked about Terrence being more of a vocal leader coming into the year. Have you seen that kind of take place throughout the start of the year?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a guy that's done his job, and when he's talking, I mean, it makes our team better. And when he does that, I mean, it makes a huge difference. So he's done a good job of that.
You've seen his
getting to the end result in the process in previous games not being standard. How has this week's process been there?
Prep's been good this week, right? And you're always going to have some issues in Tuesday, Wednesday practice, and that's what Thursday and Friday are for, so we can continue to get it cleaned up, but it's been good.
Go back to Terrence for a second. How have you seen his blocking development over the course of the last couple of seasons?
I think if you pay attention to Drew Maringer and the job he does coaching those tight ends, and then the way those tight ends buy into their job, that every single one of those guys has gotten better as they've been here, right? And those guys have developed really well in the pass game and in the blocking game. But that's somewhere Terrence has really become more of a dominant piece.
Going into the burger and the bye, I guess you talked about the importance of maybe getting some development for some of the younger guys. I know you're not going to get into specifics, but did you feel generally some players maybe took some steps during that time and maximized it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they still are. You don't just develop in the bye week. You develop all season.
What comes to mind for you when you think of playing an iconic place such as the Rose Bowl?
I just think back to my previous time being there. It's a special spot, right? And the Rose Bowl is a special spot, so it's always fun to go there.
It's the first one of the opposing coaches from this offseason who made some comments about NIL and salary caps and anything that you revisit this week, either as a staff or players for motivation for something like that.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Dylan has talked about how important his relationship with Terrence has been since getting here. What have you seen from those guys in terms of their impact both on the field and off the field as leaders?
Yeah, I mean, again, a connected team is going to be a dangerous team, right? And I think for guys to be connected on the football field, they got to be able to do it off the field.
What's Gary Bryant's status right now?
He's down right now. I'm working to get him back. Once he's back, we'll be able to utilize him.
What's the latest in the timeline for Iuli?
It's same thing. Continue to evaluate every single week, and then once we can use them, we will.
Kirby was saying that obviously looking at you guys defensively may help them this week, given that you both had a bye week last week. Just curious if you had talked to him at all beyond just whatever you may have shown on tape against their offense.
We talk, consistently throughout the season, but yeah, certainly have had conversations with those guys. They see good stuff on film, but they do the same for us. We always share ideas and look for ways to defend people.